Hey guys, welcome to GwauppVT, a spin on money TV where the mission is to inspire you to own the keys to the bank. In this episode, can we talk about starting a business in 2025 and leaving the matrix behind? Even if you had some roadblocks in 2024 that prevented you from taking a leap and becoming a business owner, I'm here to tell you that 2025 is your year and you can start off new, start off fresh the first of the year. But before you start the first of the year, I want to give you some tips that'll help you along the way so you can bring that business into manifestation. I have started a few businesses and I've met with failure. I've met with failure that was brought on by self-doubt, self-doubt and fear. And that's what I want you to be able to overcome, as I also overcome it myself. So it doesn't happen overnight. There are steps you take. And we want to talk about some of those steps because God gives everybody a gift. God gives everybody a superpower. You are to use that superpower so that you can add value and elevate lives in homes and communities. From my experience, there are some steps that need to be taken to set a business up with a strong foundation, because anything built on a false or a weak foundation is bound to fall apart. It's like a house built on sand or a sand castle. The strongest wind comes, the strongest current comes, and that house is demolished. It is completely devastated. That's what happens with our goals as it relates to building businesses, even businesses that are tied to our talents and our natural God-given abilities. The first thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is to incorporate your organization. And you can do this. You can incorporate as an actual corporation, or you can do it as a limited liability company. Expect that there will be fees that you are going to incur to organize your business. That may be a few $100s, but it's well worth it. I want you to understand that the tax codes and the breaks and the benefits that businesses get are because the tax laws and rules are written to benefit corporations, job creators, economy movers. So you want to be in that game, but it doesn't have to be a game for you, and it doesn't have to be something that's strenuous if you're using your gift and your talent. So the first thing you do is you incorporate your business, do a little bit of research, find out what's that going to cost you, what it looks like to you, what other fees are going to be involved with that. But you will not feel that you have wasted any time or time has been used in vain once you take that first step, because now you are official. The next thing that I want to encourage you to do as it relates to building your business in 2025 is I want you to do some things that are free. As an example, I want you to get an email address. Now, the email address, you don't have to pay for it. You can use a Gmail address. You can use a Yahoo address, whatever works for you. But you don't have to spend any money out of pocket to get a business and a professional email address. If you do want to spend some money, then you can go through a company such as GoDaddy. GoDaddy will give you an email address that you'll pay for on an annual basis, somewhere in the range of about $100. And it will be a .com email address as opposed to a Gmail or Yahoo. But either way, have something that is separate from your personal email address, that when you start doing business and you have clients, they can reach out to you through your professional email address, and it just is a good look. The next thing that I want to encourage you to do is to get a business telephone number. Don't use your cell phone number for your business. It's fine to do that when you start out. However, as your business begins to grow and take off, you want to separate your business from your personal, and you can do that. You can go down this another path of free, and that's to get a Google number. Google numbers are come without a charge. You just want to make sure that you're using a Google telephone number, because if it remains dormant for too long, Google will pull the number back, because they state, and I've experienced this, that those numbers can be used. If you're not utilizing them, then it's not of value to you. So they could give the number to someone else that can benefit from it. So just use it. Text periodically as you're building your business. But as your business is growing, you're going to be using that number anyway. You're going to be calling out on that number. You're going to be receiving calls back in on your telephone number. So just to recap, first step is incorporate your business, become official. And the second step is to set up an email address that separates you from your personal email and get a personal telephone number. You can do that through Google, and that separates you from your personal telephone number. And another step too that I want to add is you want to get your EIN number. This is your employee identification number. This too is free. you can go to the .gov website, and there you'll be able to get an EIN number. You actually don't even need to be incorporated to get your employee identification number. You can get this as the sole proprietor, but I encourage you to do it once you get your EIN. You get your organization established as a corporation or a limited liability company. So there, we have already covered 5 steps. Most of these steps are free, and most of these steps you can do in less than 15 or 20 minutes. So when people say that they cannot build a business, or it takes so much to build a business, and I say to you, starting a business is the sprint. Building a business is the marathon, right? It doesn't happen overnight, but just to get a business started, you can do that within 24 hours, right? We've already taken 5 steps right there. You can do those steps before January the 1st. I recommend you start today. If you start today, then you're already ahead of the game. And then after you get the business started, you've gotten that sprint part out of the way. Now you're in the marathon. It's building, it's advertising, it is making connections, it's networking, it's doing all of those things, understanding your numbers, tracking your income and your expenses, looking at your profit and your loss. That all comes with building a business. And I didn't understand these things at first, being completely transparent. And when you don't understand some things, you get tied up and you begin to lose track and you stop, because I've been there. So I'm here to help you to not stop, so you can really be proud of yourself and say, I've taken these steps. And we've already covered 4 or 5 very crucial steps just to just to let you launch and get started. But if you follow these, and the rest of it is just building. It's every day. It's doing something every day to move you from where you are to move you just a little bit further. So if you do this every day, by the time next year comes, the same time next year, hopefully your business is running, it's up, it's established. You have been able to overcome the obstacles and the pitfalls that go along with running a business, because you understand that a lot of businesses fail within the first 3 years. You don't have to be in that statistic. You can overcome and you can avoid being in that statistic just by following some simple steps to get started. And then from there, you just build and you work to grow, and allow the process to be an education to you. See, we talk about going to business school and spending tens and thousands of dollars on education, when the education is actually doing the thing you want to do. So with that, I'm going to say, get started, follow these first few initial steps, and then take another step, and then another step, and then another step, until eventually you find yourself where you want to be. And then there, you get into a place of being on autopilot. But if you found value in this video, if anything has touched your heart, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. How have you been? What has your journey been like on the startup front of your entrepreneurial journey? We'd love to hear it, and I'm sure it can help some people out in the comments. But with that, I'm going to call it the end of this video. Until I see you again, remember to own your mind, own your money, and own the keys to the bank.